Hello folks, I'm doing a quick look for the new Pokemon Snap. I will give my impressions on the game and talk about some things I like and don't like about it. I still remember the original Pokemon Snap on the N64 alongside my copy of Pokemon Colosseum. Snap was a very unique game at the time. It's basically a rail shooter, but instead of shooting bullets, you are snapping photos. So does this new Pokemon Snap capture the same charm as the original? Well, kind of, and I'll explain more as we play. The main appeal for this game is taking photos of Pokemon in the wild. There's a good amount of stages to choose from, and there's night and day versions for most of them. You can also increase the level of each stage by taking more photos. Some stages have 3 levels, while others have 2. The night stage I'm showing right now only has 2 levels. Different levels will have slightly different arrangements of Pokemon as well as new ones that come and go. This leads to a lot of replayability for those of us who want to snap the perfect pick. The loading times are a little slow, but this is on the Switch, so it's acceptable, I guess. Like the original game, we are stuck on rails again. We do have several tools to interact with Pokemon. We can throw apples, scan the area, play a flute, and throw the MacGuffin of this game, the Lumina Orbs. Different items affect Pokemon in different ways. Some of them don't care if you hit them with an apple, while others can be lured by food. Some dance when they hear the flute, and some change their behavior when they get hit by the Lumina Orb. You can also speed up your vehicle to get better angles and take many quick shots at a time with Burst Mode. The Burst Mode only unlocks after you have beaten the game and reached the credits. Even with all these interactions, I feel some of the Pokemon are still lacking personality. Their responses to some of the items are kinda lackluster, and I don't get the same kind of excitement I remember from the past. Maybe it's the nostalgia in me talking though. There is a lot of charm in this game still, but it's missing some kind of spark. Anyways, since this is a Switch game, we can play in docked or handheld mode. I normally don't play with motion controls on, but I did try out a couple stages in handheld mode, and moving the Switch around is really good for following your target as they move about. The motion controls in handheld mode is pretty accurate, but not so much on a Pro controller. Each stage does have different routes you can take, such as this side path here. You need to interact with certain Pokemon to unlock certain routes. Like this one, I needed to take a picture of the Frostlass in order to find the secret path. This path led me down to an ice cave.
Oh, really?
And here is one of the nicer interactions. I am luring a Jinx over to the other Jinx with apples. Once they are together, I will use the Lumina Orbs to make them interact with that ice block. And look at that, hidden inside is an Aurora's. I actually picked this stage for a reason so I can show more interaction. Straight ahead is a Jinx riding on an Avalugg. I will need to hit them with Lumina Orbs in order to summon a mythical Pokemon very soon. While I wait for that to spawn, let's look at all the other Pokemons on the left. And there's our mythical Pokemon now. It's Suicune.
Cool.
If I charge it up with some more Lumina Orbs, it would do its special attack. This attack is one of the 4 poses that this game has introduced. I will talk more about poses after the stage is done when I'm back in the lab with the professor. A stage automatically finishes once you use all 72 pictures, or you can manually quit from the pause menu.
Oops, that's all your memory. Wrap it up and come on back.
After completing a stage, you will select photos to get graded. However, you can only choose one photo to be graded per species. This time, each Pokemon will have 4 different poses or conditions which gets rated separately. This adds more value to the game as you try to complete the entire set for every Pokemon. You can sort the photos by the 4 different poses, so it makes it easier to choose which one you want to have graded. You can only have one picture graded at a time, so in order to complete the set with all 4 poses, you will need to take pictures of that Pokemon in 4 different stages. If I already have taken a picture of that same pose, I can see comparisons between my old picture and the current one being looked at. The photos with a red exclamation point means it's a new pose. I will always choose one of those first to help complete my Pokédex. The best photos are the ones where your targets are as big as you can get, while still being fully inside the frame. You get scored based on their size, which way they are looking, how close they are to the center of the picture, and a slight bonus if there are other Pokemon in the same picture. You can't really skip the entire photo section, but you can hold down buttons to make it go faster. After playing for a while, you kinda get a feel for what pictures will give you a good score. And when I have a choice of choosing one of 2 pictures, I always pick the one with more points.
Nice work. Nice work. Nice work. Great timing. Nice work. Nice work. Great timing. Nice work. Nice work. Perfect timing.
Look at this beautiful shot of Suicune. This is the most points I ever gotten in a single photo so far. And once you beat the game, you unlock a scoring mode for each stage. But you need a subscription to Nintendo Online to check those leaderboards.
Hey,
There is a good amount of settings you can tweak to make the controls comfortable for you. I did not like the default button layout, but one of the alternates worked out pretty well for me. I would also recommend to pump up the sensitivity. The default settings make your camera turning very slow, and you'll have trouble following the faster Pokémon. There is also a photo editing mode in this photography game. Oh look, there's my best shot right there. You can save any of the pictures you've taken into your album and edit it later on. Let's take a look at Crab Brawler. There's a good amount of filters to choose from, and I can change it to a varying degree as well. I can decorate it with stickers and make things pretty. Let's give him a surprise look at the cupcake. So yeah, this editing feature is nice to have. I don't really play around with it too much, but I'm pretty sure others will appreciate it more than me. And that pretty much does it for the quick look. Thanks for dropping by. Now, if you excuse me, I'm off to take more pictures.